land? Whose streets? Whose streets? Whose land? Whose streets? Whose land? Whose streets?
This is the state of things. Well, you know you got to have the police, because if there were no police, look at what you'd be charged in cells. You'd be free if there were no police, but the reality is.
I do a show in the morning.
Occupy this area, so try to keep the crowd together, right? And it's in the hood encounters in the street like that's a society with no respect for the people's right to privacy. I take a step for the cause like you and Cree. All these fake niggas trying to copy us.
I mean, it's kind of a war around the
no more political monsters, no more secret space launches.
These circumstances, as an accident, was part and parcel of the same dismissive attitude that characterized the dealing of this office with Mr. Paul, Mr. Thru in 1998, Mr. 2001, Mr. Paul, and 2004, Mr. Paul, with respect to Mr. Smith, up until today. Mr. Paul. It's important to understand, Mr. Paul, the reasoning process, Mr. Paul, that in my submission flies in the face of given legal understanding of one being presumed to intend the natural consequences of their act. When they take someone like Mr. Paul and lay him out in those circumstances, and a person of this standing and others can say, I don't think he intended him any harm. See, that sounds to me preposterous.
Yes, it may, but that's what the man is telling me.
Well,
he's saying he doesn't believe that there was an intent
about police brutality against Native
by the
people
police officer
and
to injure him.
people. RCMP
He
has
calls
a
it or
racist
refers
colonial
to it as
history
a rather
dating back to the
reckless
Northwest Mounted
act,
Police.
completely reckless act.
Northwest Mounted
I
Police
think
was a,
those were
was
his
a
words.
colonial force that
And I don't know if
secondly
you're putting a
dismembered
hypothetical
and
to him about dropping him in the ocean
disintegrated
is really
the
going to
last
help me
indigenous
with
existence
that.
that
You
existed
see, my
on
intention,
so-called Canada,
Mr.
that was in
Commissioner,
Warrior
is to
Valley.
move him
Mr.
from the
Paul.
ocean, where it is perfectly clear a person would intend to cause another harm,
Yes?
to the shore when the tide's coming in, or to the alley when the rain was imminent. What's the difference, Mr. Paul? In my submission, the difference is this. To apply ordinary reasoning processes with some genuine reflection on reason and law, that it could not, in good faith, be a characterization of an accidental death. That's the submission I will make at the end of the day. My point in cross-examining this witness is to make it clear that in order to adhere to that classification, a person must also adhere to fantasy. And I want to have some basis to make that suggestion at the end of the day. Mr. Paul.
Well, I think you already have a basis, but if you want to ask the question, I'm going to let you ask the question. I'm going to listen, of course, to his response, but I'm going to also direct that we not proceed further once you have his response.
All right, thank you, and thank you for the latitude. Mr. Paul.
Of the Shuswap people here. And when I saw the degree of racism and colonialism that has been going on, that goes on in this province here, and found out that this process is only 137 years old, as opposed to the 505 years we've been fighting in the East, and having clear knowledge and an assessment of all of the deceitful methods and means they employ to colonize territories, to expropriate and extrapolate resources, and to imprison a people and disenfranchise them and relocate them
colonial revolution.
and to perpetuate
I think we Jewish love revolution.
Nothing less than the subtle and the overt forces of genocide.
The revolution of the revolution of the people of the slightly left. Yeah, and small and liberal. Leftover.
Why
Too late, like a winger.
must we suffer
Left wing, yeah, left wing.
after a few
Yeah.
control?
Peace,
Who wish to become richer
peace, honeys,
and to dominate the people of the world.
Yes.
This proposition that we are a conquered people and do not have the right to control our own lands and exercise this thing called sovereignty and self-determination. These are questions we've had to ask ourselves, and these are questions that many of us have laid our lives on the line for well over 25, 30 years, and as a matter of fact, we are born into this struggle. We just don't happen upon the struggle, but we are born into the struggle because the dichotomy between the have and the have-nots is laid out before us, and we either decide at some point to make a stance in defense of what is ours, what is natural laws, or we accept as a slave to accept what is not ours, which is not natural law. And I assert to you tonight,
I'm with Billy Joe Green, who's one of the Juno nominees. I'd like to congratulate you first, and thank you for coming to this territory. How are you feeling about all this?
I'm very excited, very excited indeed. It's a rare opportunity that, there were so many submissions for the Junos in the Aboriginal category that I'm from the Lake of the Woods territory, Anishinaabe territory. That's just on the other side of Winnipeg. Yeah.
So, and which band do you belong to?
Well, I removed myself from that prisoner of war camp that I removed myself legally. I am now what they refer to in international law as a signatory Indian. Yes.
That's a new one.
That's a new one. If you check out my new CD, that's what my new CD is all about. Yeah, removing ourselves from the prisoner of war status that we are all under. A lot of us are still under that. And it's just from not knowing. Legally, the legal entanglement that we've put ourselves into over the last 500 years. We've allowed ourselves to become prisoners of war. Those treaties that they talk about, 1 to 10 are not legal documents only because Bear Clan woman's signature is not on there.
Give us back the land! Yeah, 'cause I'm the first in America. We're sitting on Geronimo and standing tall. Yeah, we got the chiefs, but who are living out to the land as you, Muñas, you sit in your seats of power.
I know you want it, I can tell.
Out there, the people at the factory down Cornwall, all those people, were connected.